Network heavily. If you have kids, that's a perfect entree to a group of people that could be your sphere of influence. That's how I started.
Yeah.
A lot of times you might have an interest, a hobby, some kind of a group you belong to, and I think those are all the ways that you can find people, but you have to put yourself out there too. You have to let people know you're a realtor.
Oh, yeah.
And let people know that you're there to help them.
Without being,
Yeah.
In your face.
don't be a used car salesman. Yeah.
You don't
Sorry
want-
for anybody who's a used car salesman.
You don't want everybody to see you coming at a party and go, oh, here comes the realtor again.
Exactly. You want them to know that you're a realtor and have them go, hey, you're a realtor. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, I'd love to answer a question. I know when I first started in the business, I looked at, okay, what are all the groups that I have a connection with that I could create my sphere of influence? So, an alumni association that I have been involved with for 30 years, my neighborhood, the schools, church. The other thing, that I took advantage in terms of community and opportunity to do was I write a monthly column in my neighborhood newsletter that goes out, and I also put an ad in there. So, because I can't advertise in the newsletter portion, but I connect it. And right. And just this morning, I got an email from somebody saying, "Hey, we see your ad in the Tatler every month, or your article in the Tatler every month, and we want to talk to you about, what do we need to do to put our house on the market in the spring?" And I've gotten a number of those. And what I would be careful of, and I'll just say this because I had this experience before I got into real estate. There was a couple in our neighborhood who was very pushy about the neighborhood, saying it was their neighborhood, they were the neighborhood experts. They would go to open houses and kind of force themselves on people, and don't do that. Again, subtlety, it goes a long way.
That's right.
It goes a long way.
Now, this kind of leads into the last part on this slide is the market research. That's what I call it anyway. If you know a lot, when you're in these situations where people ask you how's business, if you know about road changes, transportation, the new Silver Line Metro, where the stops are, for instance, if that's an area that you work, the jobs outlook. There are, if you read the paper, if you look at the George Mason website, they have a website that is for NVAR, actually. They pay to have them do research on jobs growth, what businesses are coming in, what type of homes are selling. You can get that from MRIS, for instance. So that if somebody says, well, my house is 400,000, you can tell them, is that a busy market? Is that a little bit slower right now? Or, and sound like the expert that
Right.
you should be.
And people will seek you out,
That's
saying,
right.
"Well, what have you heard about the whatever?" They,
Right.
people. We were talking about this. Matt and I were talking about this just yesterday, saying that people come to their realtor for everything. Hey, do you know a good doctor? Hey, what's going on with the metro? Hey, what's going on with that house?
Handyman.
Right. Do you have a handyman? So you kind of need to be a jack of all trades.
Right.
And keep informed of what's going on. But also, if you don't have the answer, say, you know what, I don't know, but let me look into that and let me get back to you.
The worst
then
thing you can
follow
do
up.
is give them a bad
Exactly, the
answer.
wrong answer.
Off the cuff answer.